The story so far. Our heroes divide into two groups and make a successful escape from the towering pagoda. Once outside, Rook, Layton and Don Paulo discuss Dimitri's ambitions and his dark past. The discussion then turns to Don Paulo and the source of his contempt for Layton. With many of their questions answered, our heroes head to the hotel in order to regroup. No, it isn't, James. But we will be doing Lego after we finish this game. For now, we're in Chinatown. The train will take us back to Flatstone Street in a jiffy. Yeah, James, we're finishing this today. So, when we get this straight, Dimitri is building a time machine to go back to the past and save Claire. Correct. Or at least that's what he said. Funny, we went through every floor in the pagoda and I didn't see anything like a time machine. Well observed, my boy. Dimitri clearly had a destination in mind when he escaped from the towering pagoda. I think he was heading to another base, perhaps the facility where he conducts his time travel research. Is that what you went looking for while we were climbing the towering pagoda with Don Paulo? Yes, in part anyway. I'll explain everything once we caught up with Flora and Big Luke. Until then, I challenge you to think about the situation on your own. Professor, Luke, welcome back. I'm so glad you're both safe. Good to see you too, Flora. I trust you didn't have too much trouble getting out of the pagoda. Oh no, Big Luke was kind enough to lead the way for me. Speaking of Big Luke, where is he? Oh, well when he got back here, a man with a moustache was waiting in the lobby. A man with a moustache? Was he dressed in black? Yes, that's right, he had a black uniform. That sounds like chivalry to me. Whoever he was, he walked straight up to Luke and started talking all fast and furious. At some point in the conversation, Luke started looking worried and said, Flora, some very important business has come up and I need to take care of it immediately. Please tell the Professor to continue his investigation without me for now. Did he tell you where he was going? No, but he did promise he would join us again later. Big Luke is even more perceptive than I thought. He seems to know exactly what our next move will be. Professor, is something the matter? I'm just thinking back to what happened earlier. Do you remember who first told us that we had travelled into the future? Well, that would be Big Luke, I believe. Yes, that's right. You have a visitor, Professor. Oh, who could that be, I wonder? Pardon the sudden intrusion, Layton. Inspector Chalmey. What can I do for you, Inspector? Something I saw while running about town has been playing on my mind. I don't know how to say this. I'm afraid it might sound a bit ridiculous. Not at all, Inspector. Please continue. Well, it's just, I could be quite mistaken, but I'm quite sure of what I saw. You remember our discussion about the explosion at the Institute of Polydimensional Research? Well, a few minutes ago, I spotted a woman who looked exactly like one of the blast victims. Oh my gosh, you're talking about Claire, aren't you? And you know why I'm so... Yes, Inspector, you're not alone. We've seen her as well. The resemblance to Claire is striking, but it's coincidental. It has to be. Yes, I suppose you must be right. I wasn't thinking straight. There's bound to be a logical explanation for it. If the similarity isn't coincidental, then this woman could be a relative of Claire's, a cousin perhaps. That would make sense. I'll check Claire's file and see if I can find out more about her family. By the by, you haven't seen Barton around here anywhere, have you? Constable Barton? Nope, can't say that I have, sir. I swear I would have been kicked off the force years ago if he didn't have me looking out for him. Of course I'm fond of the fellow and will go on looking out for him, but still. Anyway, if you see Barton, tell him his commanding officer's looking for him. Good day. So where's our adventure taking us next, Professor? This isn't an adventure for her, it's an investigation. Can't you try to take it more seriously? I'm taking it very seriously, Luke. I was just excited, that's all. Not all of us get to go on these kinds of investigations all the time. Plus you get to be with the Professor day in, day out. Oh yeah, I suppose the Professor and I are always together. Well, I'm glad to see you're enthusiastic for her. The three of us will get to the bottom of this case together. Now let's move on. Oh, heading out again already? That's right. By the way, Becky, I was wondering if there's somewhere nearby where we can cross the river. There's a bridge, but it's quite a long way out beyond Chinatown. Do excuse me, but I couldn't help but hear that you're trying to cross the river. Granny, I didn't realise you were awake. There used to be a tunnel that would take you across. It went right under the river and people could just walk through to the other side. Wow, a tunnel under the river sounds amazing. Unfortunately, once the family gained control of the city, they shut down the tunnel. Grafton might still know how to get in though. Grafton? Don't you know him? He's easy to spot those bushy eyebrows, blue hat and scheming smile. Ah yes, we go back a long way. He spends most of his time down at the black market these days. Ah yes, I do believe we've met this friend of yours before. You remember him, don't you, Luke? Where'd he go? He was here just a moment ago. Are you looking for little Luke? By himself, but where could he possibly be going? Please excuse me, madame, but I have to go and find Luke. Thank you for directing us to Grafton. Not at all. We at the Hotel Duke are always delighted to assist our guests. I'm worried, Professor. Where could Luke have run off to? I don't know, but I share your concern. It sounded like Luke to take off without so much as a word. Maybe he decided to go on a secret mission of his own, like you did when we went to the Towering Pagoda. Well, whatever his reasons, he shouldn't be out there alone. We need to find him. Luke, there you are. Oh, hi, Professor. I see you've gone out for a stroll. May I join you? Of course. I'm sorry for running off. I was just thinking. We've had so much fun these last few years, and I've become so used to going everywhere together. Of course you have. After all, we're the best of friends. It's only natural we'd spend time together. But Dad told me the other day that he's being transferred. We'll all be moving away. Ah yes, your father mentioned that to me as well. Now tell me, Luke, do you believe that we're true friends? Of course I do. How can you even ask that? Good, and there's no need to worry. True friends, you see, share a special connection. And this connection endures, no matter how far apart they may be in the world. Distance and time apart cannot break the bonds formed by a true friendship, do you see? I think I do, Professor. Excellent. Now let's get back to our investigation. We've got so many mysteries to solve. Hey Steve. Let's go, Professor. It's good to see you back in high spirits, my boy. Now tell me, can you guess where we're headed next? I've been thinking about it and I'm sure Dimitri fled to the place where he's building a time machine. But the question is, where? We already know that this research lab isn't in the Towering Pagoda. That's right, so we must review all the clues we've gathered in our investigation of this London. Has anything we've seen around the city struck you as suspicious? Oh, what about all the men in white coats we bumped into? Those were lab coats, no doubt about it. Perhaps those men are involved in Dimitri's research. Excellent. Now let's think carefully. We've met several men in lab coats around this London. Other than their garb, what else do these men have in common? Oh, of course. They all had wet shoes. So they must have walked through a very wet area. But where could that be? The River Thames. Maybe they came to this part of town through the tunnel under the river. Flora? What tunnel under the river? We asked the lady at the hotel how to get across the river, and she told us about this tunnel. Wow. Yes, we've met quite a few scientists during our time here. Though they haven't been very forthcoming with details, it's clear that where they've been coming from. My suspicion is that these men work at a research facility located near the river. They probably come into town to refresh themselves after long hours of research. And you've known this the whole time, Professor? It's been a working theory for a while, yes. After all, who goes around in soggy shoes? We've seen too many men walking up like that for me to write the whole thing off as coincidence. I therefore believe that this research facility is somewhere on the other side of the river. Amazing! I've clearly still got a long way to go before I can reason as well as you do, Professor. Alright everyone, we're going back to the Black Market Bazaar. Why there? If we don't have to get across the river, shouldn't we head back to the riverside area? I'm sure we'll be getting there eventually. But first we have to talk to that man at the bazaar with the eyebrows. Grafton, I think. Okay, if you say so. Welcome, Kai. And welcome, Steve. Sorry, I was in the middle of a story bit when you came in, so I didn't want to interrupt it too much. But welcome. How are you? And how is everyone in chat? Hello, Grafton. Oh, that's the first time someone's called me by my real name in ages. Where'd you hear it? The proprietress at the hotel informed us of your name. Ah, dear old Maggie. She can be quite fearsome, but underneath it all, she's a good egg. Anyway, what can I do for you? We're trying to find a way across the river. We were told you might be able to help us. Have you tried jumping? I must admit that's an option we've never considered. I'm just pulling your leg. Well, there's a couple of boats that leave from outside the Thames Arms. Those are just for those family thugs to use, mind. I was told you knew of another way across. Ah, so Maggie weighed it all out for you, did she? More or less. Alright then, things are pretty rough across the river. If you're set on heading there, I need to make sure you've at least got the brains to get across. Is this sliding? No it isn't, it's a... That's the wrong way. Hey Rain. We need to... I'm going to restart, it'll be easier. Right. Oh no. Oh no. Right, we need to... Right. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Oh, right. No, not like that. Uh, we'll restart. Right, yellow's out the way. Got it. That was the wrong way, but it works. It will work for our efforts. Right. That was the wrong way. That was also the wrong way. No, that was the wrong way. And then there we go.
That should do the trick. Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
Right, I see you've got enough brains to look after yourself out there, so listen up. Down by the riverside, there's a door that leads to the tunnel under the river. That door's locked tighter than a bank safe. But here's the thing, there's a way to open it. Go on. Of course, it's not a button or anything that straightforward, it's a fancy coded lock. But since you just solved my puzzle, I reckon you might have what it takes to break the code. Time to go to the tunnel. Look, that must be the door that Grafton was talking about. I think you're right, Flora. Now we just have to find the coded lock. Bingo! So this is the coded lock that Grafton was talking about. I think I can break the code. Let's see. A zero-sum game. Wait. There we go.
Here's my answer. No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
Button A adds 5, button B adds 3, C adds 7 and D adds 4. You must have worked that out, unless you're one of those people that just kept pounding the buttons until they set everything to 0. Excuse me, game, don't call me out like that. I think that did the trick. Yikes, this place is disgusting. It seems this tunnel has been neglected for some time. It started to weaken and fall apart. There's no way to get to the other side without getting one's feet thoroughly soaked. No wonder those scientists always have wet shoes. With all the boats in the area under family supervision, crossing the river is no easy task. The tunnel is their best bet for unimpeded movement between both sides of the river. Professor, Luke, wait, if we try to walk through this mess, we'll all get absolutely soaked. I know it's hard for her, but sometimes sacrifices must be made for the sake of the investigation. That's easy for you to say, Luke, you're wearing shorts. The white-clad men walking around with wet feet are in fact scientists put to work by Dimitri in his research laboratory. They walk through a partially flooded tunnel under the River Thames to get into town when they want a bit of a break from the wabs. Wow, what could we have here? You. I thought this place was unguarded. You've got it all wrong, boy. I'm not on guard. I'm just having a break. It's nice and quiet down here. Now that I've seen you, I can't very well let you just waltz on past, can I? Listen, we really need to pass through. Can't you just walk the other way? Headed for the research facility, are you? Okay, whatever. I'm not exactly on the clock here after all. But that doesn't mean I don't have standards, and if you can't measure up, you're out of work. Standards? What kind of standards? You need to have solved at least 80 puzzles, which you seem to have done. You're free to go through. Aren't you worried about what will happen if people find out you let us pass? So what if you do pass? You won't stop the boss. No one's got the brains for that. Now that he's gotten his eye on you, it's only a matter of time before he traps you. We'll see about that. My break's over now. I don't imagine we'll be seeing each other again. Goodbye. Wow, look at this! I think it's safe to say that we've arrived at Dimitri's research facility. Do you think the Prime Minister is being held here, Professor? That's more than likely, which would mean the place is probably under very heavy guard. Be on the lookout for trouble, everyone. Save your progress. We will. The Time Machine Laboratory. I don't think this is the kind of place we can just stroll in through the main gate. Perhaps there's a more discreet entrance? Good idea, Professor. We might find another way in if we search the area carefully. I think we can squeeze through here. Hey look, you two. There's a message scrawled here. Oh, where? Right there, on that little scrap of paper stuck on the wall. See it? Puzzling legend. To find one of the 4 buttons A, B, C or D disarms the traps. To find out which one it is, trace the path from the centre square, going horizontally or vertically from square to square in the order red, blue, yellow until you reach the correct destination. You can't pass through the same square twice. So, right, red, blue, yellow, 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 red, blue, yellow. A works.
Does this sound right? I don't want to brag, but that was pretty great.
Button A on the top left is the one that disarms the traps. Now you can open the door. I did it! Who knows what would have happened to us if I hadn't solved that puzzle. Your help is greatly appreciated for her. I do wonder who could have left this message here though. About time! I'm glad to see you had enough brains to solve your way through my puzzle. Oh, hi there, Don Paolo. Hi there, Don Paolo. I'm working in the shadows here, boy. At least pretend to be startled, will you? How did you manage to get across the Thames ahead of us, Paul? Yeah, let me tell you a little something about being a true gentleman, Layton. True gentlemen keep their secrets, so don't think I'll be sharing them with you. You'll probably just use that ropey flying machine of yours too. It's not ropey, and I thought I'd made myself clear. The matter is not open for discussion. Nosy brat. Very well, Paul. Now then, everyone, let's push on. This ride is sure to take us down into the research facility. Ah yes, Captain Obvious to the rescue once again. Stand aside, I'll lead the way. No way, I'm the youngest and nimblest. I should go first. Being nimble doesn't make you first, it makes you a monkey. Now stand aside. Really, what kind of behaviour is that for an adult? Oh Don Powell, I'm so disappointed in you. You were so polite and reasonable when you were disguised as a professor. Of course I was. When I play a part, I mimic every nuance of the character. Right down to that hypocrite Layton's phony gentleman act. That's a terrible thing to say. He's not acting like a gentleman, he is a gentleman. Whatever. Look, let's settle this debate with a puzzle. If the brat solves it, he can go first. Ladder puzzle. Here's a strange construction site. You have to inspect every ladder and girder, starting from the arrow and passing through points A, B, C and D in order. You never take the same route twice, except to pass over or under a ladder. In what order do you use the right ladders? Right, so pass it, you have to go through A. So, no, can't go down that way. So, starting from the arrow, passing through points A, B, C, D in order. So, go down here. A. B. C. D. Should be 1. Right. Should be 1, 2, no. Oh. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Because of right, dump, 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 dump. No, because that would be. Wait a minute. We'll try it.
How about this? I don't know what to say.
I'm gonna. Three swap 2 and 3 around. Because we have to go down this. Yeah, we have to go down this one to get to it.
Here's my answer. Phew, that's a relief.
Perhaps your head's not as empty as it looks. Well, deal's a deal. You can go down first. Okay everyone, the coast is clear. Come on down. This looks like your classic underground passageway for transporting research materials. I'll bet you anything that this tunnel leads all the way back out to the Thames. You sound awfully sure about that. Remember who you're talking to, boy. Nobody does secret research like Don Paolo. I suppose everyone's got to have a hobby. Oh my. What is it? Materials they have here. They look like... No, I must be mistaken. Never mind. This metal shutter is blocking our way. I'm starting to get the feeling we're not welcome here. Of course not, Flora. That's how criminals work. The dirtier the deed, the more cautious they get. See, they've even gone out the way to fit a puzzle walk to the shutter. One step at a time. Oh no. Right. 2, 3, 2. Can't go either way there. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Four, 3. Cut 2. 3, 4, 5. Wait, 4, 5. 6. 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This one's as good as solved. I knew it!
You found the correct path. That walk didn't stand a chance against me. Stupid walk. I hope you didn't enjoy cracking that walk too much, Wook. It could lead you to a life of crime. Thanks, Flora. I'll bear that in mind. It's just like a spy film. What are you doing? What are you all doing down here? Shh. Keep it down, sir. We've come to rescue you. I don't know what you mean. There's nothing to fear, my friend. We know the whole story. You were captured by the family, or rather by Dimitri Aaron. Now you're being forced to work on his research here, correct? Dimitri Aaron? You know his name? But who are you exactly? I'm the real Professor Layton. Dimitri has been using my good name for his own misguided purposes. Oh, I see. I remember hearing that you worked in archaeology. Yes, it all makes sense now. Goodness, you can't imagine how shocked I was when I found out that Layton was actually Dimitri. Any of the other scientists here aware of Dimitri's true identity? Some, yes, but I don't dare talk about it with the people here. Imagine what the family would do to me if they caught me spreading that kind of information around. I see. Why was Dimitri here in the facility? Wow, he comes and goes. Yikes, quick hide, the guards are heading this way. Are these? No, surely not.